First is The Split. It's based on one of Donald Westlake's Parker novels, and it's got a great ensemble cast. Ernest Borgnine, Warren Oates, Julie Harris, Diane Carroll, and the lead is Jim Brown. It reminds me a little bit of Kubrick's The Killing, but in a lighter vein. Downhill Racer stars Robert Redford as a skier, and Hackman's this hard-bitten coach. He's a lot edgier than he was in Hoosiers, though. I Never Sang for My Father is about a man whose elderly father is getting up there. It's pretty good until the end, where I think it gets really good. It's like, this is how people are. They don't just come out and say things until they're forced to, and then they come out. Next is Cisco Pike, with Chris Christopherson in the lead, and Hackman is the cop who's trying to nail him. Christopherson is the kind of typical Chris Christopherson role here. He's a musician, he's a lady killer, and he's also into the weed. Hackman is not on the level cop. You believe this guy could hurt you. Prime cut with Hackman up against Lee Marvin. Here, under Michael Ritchie's direction, there's kind of a satirical edge, and Sissy Spacek got a good supporting part too. Scarecrow, where he and Al Pacino are together. It's not a strongly plotted movie. It's basically you're watching two bums as they travel and visit some people they know, and they try to bum meals and booze and such. But it's really an interesting comparison. Pacino does his histrionic thing, which I like. Hackman proves himself the stronger actor. You be the judge. Night Moves, I did a full video on here. I still consider it one of the best neo-noir crime stories. Bite the Bullet, Candice Bergen, a whole bunch of other actors in it, about a horse race. I'd say maybe it's a light comedy even. French Connection 2, this is the type of sequel I really like, where they jump off from the first one, but they don't copy the first one. There's no car train chase, for example. And Hackman ends up getting hooked on heroin in some really grueling scenes. It was directed by John Frankenheimer, the director of Seconds. He didn't do a lot of comedies. Under Fire with Joanna Cassidy, Nick Nolte, and Hackman is a small part, but it's a very effective part. His fate is that of an actual journalist. Bat 21, very different kind of Vietnam film. Two different actors in two different locations who are basically acting with themselves over radio. Danny Glover is the pilot trying to rescue Hackman, and Hackman has some encounters along the way that are similar to some we've seen in movies. Has a great melancholy score by Christopher Young. The Package, 1989 Cold War thriller with Hackman, Joanna Cassidy, Tommy Lee Jones, directed by Andrew Davis just before he did Under Siege, which led to him directing The Fugitive. Seems to be forgotten, but good action. Twilight, not that one. Paul Newman, Susan Sarandon, James Garner. It's a very entertaining, low-key mystery. It's just about putting pieces together. Hackman plays a former actor who is dying of cancer, and Sarandon is his wife. Newman is the former cop that they have employed to just drop off some money, no questions asked, and of course it gets... And one more, All Night Long, with the unlikely pairing of Gene Hackman and Barbra Streisand. An off-key comedy with Dennis Quaid, 70s style comedy, quirky, character-oriented, and I wouldn't be surprised if you never heard of it before, because everyone involved seems to have forgotten about it. His kind isn't wanted in Hollywood anymore, but it is needed. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you found something good to watch.